I'm in meatpacking district. So like yesterday, I'm just walking around. So the reason I'm walking so much is because for the first like 3 days of my trip, so basically I didn't bring any flat shoes with me to New York City. I only brought heels because I'm a diva. So I brought booties with me, like everyday booties, and I brought like 2 going out heels, but I didn't bring any flat shoes. So I went to buy some flat like boots, but they were too tight, so I couldn't walk a lot in them. And then finally yesterday, I bought some new boots that I'm wearing right now, and they're like more comfortable than the other shoes I have. So that's why I'm walking around so much, because I haven't been able to walk in New York for the past like 3 days since I got here. So that's like, it was pretty stupid of me to do that. I hope you guys can hear me actually, because it's pretty noisy. It's New York, so it's fucking noisy. So I wanted to talk about basically going out alone and like doing things solo and just like being by yourself. I feel like you guys can't hear me. I feel like a lot of people struggle with this issue of like doing things on their own and just like going to restaurants alone, traveling alone, or like literally just going outside alone, walking and just being by themselves, just because they're so accustomed to being around other people, but they're afraid of like what people will think of them if they are by themselves. And personally, I don't think I've ever had that problem, just because I've always been so comfortable being by myself. And also like a lot of my high school I was like kind of a loner, and then it's really this year that I branched out and I've made a lot of friends. But before that I was always by myself, so it's not weird for me to go do things alone just because I'm so used to it and I don't have a problem with it. Meanwhile, some people might have a problem with it. You are struggling with going and doing things by yourself, it's just easy to try and do things like one step at a time. So give yourself like little goals and little tasks, things that you find like difficult for you to do, and just like start accomplishing them. So if you find it hard to go to the park by yourself, if you find it hard to go see a movie by yourself or go to a bar or a restaurant by yourself, just gradually start doing those things like one by one and like crossing them off of like your bucket list. And I assure you, it's really not like that difficult. I think the most difficult thing for a lot of people is like their fear of judgment and the fear that like people are gonna judge them for being by themselves, because apparently it's like weird. You're a weirdo if you're like by yourself, which I don't think it's fucking weird. I assure you, no one gives a fuck. Like I'm literally in the middle of meatpacking district just filming on my camera. People are walking by, and I assure you, no one fucking cares about what I'm doing right now, because everyone's too concerned with themselves and with their own world. And also, why should I care about the opinion of someone that I don't even know? Like, I'm never gonna see you again. It really doesn't fucking matter to me. Especially like if you want to try going to like a bar by yourself, you can always like try like bar hopping. Like people at that bar probably change. If you want to go to the park by yourself, if you want to go to the movies is literally a dark room. No one's going to see you. It's really not that deep, and I think people take things too seriously and they internalize things just way too much when it really does not need to be that serious. I'm saying that there are some things that I internalize too. I'm not perfect. However, I'm not like a person that like gives too much of a fuck about things in general. I've never really given a fuck, and it's only getting worse just because I realize the power that I have to just not care about other people's opinions. So I think growing up, like I didn't care about other people's opinions, especially when it came to like my looks and stuff. And the older I get, the more I just don't care. And I really like it. I really like that about myself, that I've never really cared about the opinions of others and what people think about me. Because most times people think I'm awesome and they want to like be friends with me. Just going out and doing things solo, it's something that you're going to cherish when you're able to do it. And people look at you so differently when you can do that. All of my friends, it's so weird because the way my friends look at me and the way I see myself, I feel like it's so different. Like they kind of, whenever they're like, oh, Mochi, she goes places alone, she goes to bars alone, she goes to the club alone, she does everything by herself. Like I do these things alone, but I don't feel that way. Like I don't feel like it's that big of a deal, but to some people it is. So when you're able to do things by yourself and go places by yourself, like you're really revered and people look at you so differently because it's not something that's very common. So yeah, my friends say that about me and I'm just like, really? You see that? I don't see that, but it's just normal for me. It's like, I don't think it's a big deal, but it is a big deal. So once you're able to do that, people, they really respect you more and they look at you in a different light and they kind of put you on a pedestal. So show my outfit today, but it's very sexy office girl student vibes. Yeah, it's pretty hot. I'm always hot, so yeah, that's that. It's this shirt. You guys are gonna think I'm so conceited, but I really am. So it's very like schoolgirl vibes, and it's funny because today's actually my first day of school, but I'm in New York. So yeah, I'm representing for school, but I'm not there currently. Alright, so now I am in Flatiron District. I was just walking around. I got a lip gloss from Sephora. I'm super late to the game, but I just bought a Fenty lip gloss. It's crazy, I bought so much lip gloss while I've been here. I don't know. I like when my lips look good. So I got the Fenty Beauty lip gloss in the color Fussy. So I'm gonna wear it tonight to the box. I didn't put it on yet. It smells really good. So yeah, I'm in Flatiron District. I came to see my area because I was here like every day in the summer and I just missed it. And it's super nostalgic. And there's like an Eataly like right there. So I've never tried it. It's crazy because I was here like for 2 months. Oh my god, I'm so annoying with my 2 months. But I was here for a while and I never tried Eataly. I don't even know like what it is. I think it's pasta or like, I don't know. We're gonna go find out. But I was basically talking about the fact that I'm like not afraid to do a lot of things, and that's really true. There's some things that I wouldn't say I'm completely fearless, but there are a couple of things that I'm afraid to do. I'm not gonna talk about them on my channel yet. No, I'm not gonna talk about them ever. Like no one will ever catch me lacking. I'm so sorry. You're never gonna know what I'm scared of. But there are a couple of things that I'm scared of. But in general, it's just like I'm not afraid to go places alone. I'm not afraid to try new things. Like I'm just not really afraid of things in general. I kind of just have a like fuck it attitude. And even on my New Year resolutions, because I make resolutions every year, this year for 2023, like it's really going to be like an intense fuck it. Like just do like, if you have, I think one thing about myself is like I hold myself back when it comes to like my impulses. I'm very analytical and I think things through like very thoroughly before I do them. I'm not a very impulsive person. I've never been, but I'm gonna try to like break out of that a little this year and be more impulsive. It's not that I'm not having fun and stuff. It's just I want to be more like on the go and just like kind of a go with the flow person. This trip I actually have been on the flow. Go with the flow, because usually I plan everything, which I did plan this trip. I made like an itinerary, but I realized I only planned like my clubbing for the nights, but I didn't plan my days. Like I didn't plan what I was gonna do during the day until nighttime, which is why these vlogs are all over the place, because I'm kind of just like impulsively walking around and just sightseeing. I don't have anything specific I want to see because I don't like tourist attractions. There's just too many people and I don't like crowds of like too many people. I really hate it. So Times Square, I hate Times Square. I went to see the Rockefeller Christmas tree like 2 days ago. It was nice, but I had to get out of there. It's just too many people and I hate crowds. So yeah, I'm not like in general afraid of a lot of things, and I hope that I stay like this forever, because I never want to like look back and regret certain things that I didn't do just because I was too afraid to try them. Because I feel like a lot of people, they do that. They have this mentality that something bad is going to happen if they try something, and then they hold themselves back. I don't ever want to do that.